All right, Shalom. I'm giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to every brother preaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth with truth and sincerity. All right, it's the brother Shamaria of the Indiana camp coming at you with a quick lesson. Actually, a response, not really a response. It's not the same topic that the elder was going into, but it's a key point that he said stuck out to me. He was going into one scripture. I'll get the scripture as my beginning scripture. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but the topic is going to be a spectacle, all right? Because we are said, if you preaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, then you're being made a spectacle into the world, because the Most High set us up is to be so, all right? First scripture I'm going to get is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. All right, it says, I'm going to get it in my source so I can look it up after I'm done. 4 and 9. Bear with me, Shalakia. I should have pulled up into my sword initially. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. All right, it says, "For I think that Yahweh have sent forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to the angels, and to men." All right, now the apostle said something that triggered me to do a video on it, and he said, I'm going to get the definition first. The definition of spectacle in the Strong's is theatron. All right, it says a theater, a place in which games and dramatic spectacles are exhibited and public assemblies held. It says, for the Greeks used the theater also informal, a public show, metaphorically a man who is exhibited or to be gazed at and made sport of. You know, sport is fun, to be made fun of or to play with. And then back straight to the Strong's, it says a place for public show. So basically a place for public show, you know, display, if you will. The apostle said that. I mean, not the apostle, the elder Ayathon said that. He said, being made a display, you know. And a couple of scriptures like came to my mind as I was watching the video, and I just wanted to do a video on it because it was just I had a couple of scriptures that were just burning inside of me. And the etymology of that word spectacle is mid 14th century spectacle, specially prepared or arranged display. Like I said, display, specially prepared, you know, specially prepared, specifically prepared for one thing, specially prepared or arranged display, from Old French spectacle, sight, or spectacle, Roman games. It says from the Latin spectatronum, a public show, spectacle, place from whence shows are seen. From spectaculaire, to view, to watch, to behold. All right, to look at, you know, to look at, to view, to watch, or behold. All right. Now I want to get a couple of scriptures that show that we are spectacles, and the Lord has made us spectacles, because in certain scriptures in the Bible, in the Holy Bible, the King James Bible, it says be public, you know. Well, that's one of the purposes, other than waking up the elect, to go out there and prophesy. All right, that's why we go outside and prophesy, because we have to be seen among the people. We have to be made a spectacle. You can't be made a spectacle if you're inside a building, you know. You have to be like the definition said. It says to view, to watch, or to behold, to look at. How can someone look at you or view you or watch you if you're inside a building? You know? The first scripture I'm going to get that came to mind was Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and 1, actually. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. All right, the word that the Lord spake against Babylon. It didn't say Jeremiah's words. It said the word of the Lord. Because why? These words in this Bible are spirit and they are life. It's Slakia. The words I'm speaking to you are. I'm gonna get it because no, we're not out there speaking our own words. You know, everything that we say is going to come out of these scriptures. You know, everything that we say, everything that we prove is going to come out of these scriptures. Everything. You know, it's nothing that you can do to get us. All right, it says this is John chapter 6 verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, and the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. All right, these words are the spirit. All right, so when it says the word of the Lord came against Babylon, you know, against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Now we are the prophets going out there speaking against today's spiritually Babylon in Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. But specifically in this chapter, Jeremiah 50:1 is speaking against Babylon, but we going out there in this day and age in the latter times speaking against America, which is still Babylon by Jeremiah the prophet. Now, you know, we are in the same steed as the prophets of old, because while we're speaking the same words as they spoke against the great kingdoms that they were in, you know. And I'm gonna read it from the top. It says, "The word of the Lord spake against Babylon, which is America, against the land of the Chaldeans, which is the elite banking families of this world." And it says, by Jeremiah the prophet, by us, because we're in the same steed of Jeremiah, you know, because he was a prophet of the Lord. And if you do the work of the Lord and the will of the Lord by under the men of GMS, then you are, you know, what we believe through faith are the prophets of the Lord, you know. And verse 2, it says, "Declare ye among the nations and publish." Now, that word spectacle in the Strong's, you know, to be made public, a public eye. You know, when you set things in display, and this is the analogy that the elder used, the elder Ayathon. He used the analogy in his words. He said, when you have a store and you walk past the store and they have like the front picture window, you have things on display. You have things that, if it's a clothing store, you have clothes, the latest clothes they just got in, put on the mannequin. If it's a hardware store, you got the latest hardware on display. If it's a store like Sears, if it's an appliance store, kitchen appliances, you got the newest refrigerators and ovens on display. You know, and we are made spectacles because the Lord has us on a display, a banner, if you will. And that's another thing that came into mind when I thought about that lesson, a banner. Because a banner is what? Usually when something just opened, a store just opened, you have a big banner across the front of the store. It says a grand opening. You know, that's a banner. So that's another, I'm going to get into that later, but it's another thing I thought of when I thought about we are a spectacle. Because the Lord said, lift up the banner. All right, in Isaiah 13. We'll get back to this Jeremiah 50:2. It says, "Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard," like the banner. That banner is what? The standard of the Lord, which is the law, statutes, commandments, and the words of the Lord. That's the standard we're lifting up. It says, "And publish, conceal not, make it public." It says, "Conceal not." Conceal is to hide it. If I conceal a weapon or my hand, I'm hiding it, you know, from plain sight. And like the definition we just went into, the word spectacle means to view, to look at. It says to view, to watch, to behold, to observe, to look at. You know, it says set up a standard and publish and conceal not. How are people going to look at it? How are we going to be a spectacle if we can't be seen? You know, that's another cut on the church doctrine. Christianity is under the water, man, because it got holes all through it, and people are coming out of that false belief every day. All right, now it goes on to say, "Publish, set up a standard, publish, and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded." Shalakia. Baal is Shalakia. Baal. I'm gonna start again. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. So basically, all of these false idols and false beliefs and false dreams are being broken into pieces, and the truth is being prevailed. You know, it's arising. The truth is arising on a rate that we have never seen before in this day and age. You know, everyone knows. Just the other day, you know, my woman, personally speaking, my woman asked me to go to an event of hers, and I went to it. I was free that day, and I went to it, and I ended up meeting one of her friends. It was one of her. It was the father to the baby shower, and we were on our way home, and we were taking them home, and they ended up passing by my house first and dropped me off. All right, and I got out the car and I went to the house, but later on that week, she told me, she's like, "Do you want to know what my friend said?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And she was like, "My friend asked me if you were an Israelite," and I was so appalled. I was just so shocked, and I was just like, "How?" Like, I didn't say two words to the guy. Like, I didn't say anything to him. I just said, "Hey, what's going on, man? How you been? How you doing? All right, that's cool." That's all I said. I'm just like, how did he even know that I was Israelite? Because the first thing that popped in my mind is that he seen me. He seen me. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. I didn't think, because I didn't say anything to him. I didn't give him no hints. I didn't have a conversation with him. The first thing I thought in my mind is that he seen me somewhere, either it be in Gary, whether it be in East Chicago where he's from. He seen me somewhere, and he see me in my garment, and he seen my face. And he seen me again. He just didn't say anything, but that's the first thing I saw. So the Lord made me a spectacle to that one person. He remembered my face. The Lord put that memory back in his mind, in his life, to remember my face. So the truth is being woken up. All right, whether we see it or not. Because I didn't know. I don't think that people remember. I don't go out there and prophesy. When we go out there and prophesy, we want to wake up the elect. We don't want to be famous or be known among men. But if it happens, then hey, it's the Lord. Like that analogy, like the testimony I just gave. I never seen that dude a day in my life. But he asked my woman, "Is he an Israelite?" Okay, he seemed like one. No, I think he lying. I think he seen me, but just was too afraid to speak up. You know, that was just a personal thing because this truth is being manifested, man. It's being made known among everybody. So back to verse 2 in Jeremiah 50, it says, Babylon is taken. This great city America is going to be taken, man. All right. And it says, Merodach is broken into pieces and Baal is confounded. Baal and Merodach are these idols. These are different idols of Babylon. They're broken into pieces and they're confounded. They've been made shame, because like the Christian doctrine, that's an idol. That's a false belief, and that's being put to shame because not everyone, but everyone that's seeking after answers and the truth is being pulled up out of their church doctrine, man. This church doctrine is being put to shame. It's being confounded. By who? By GMS and the apostles on down. All right. All right, that's all I have for that chapter. My next verse is Isaiah 58. Very great verse. All right, it says, Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thine voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. All right, now when we go out there and prophesy, being a spectacle for the Lord, what are we doing? We're doing exactly what Isaiah 58, what I just read out of what I just read out of Isaiah 58, verse 1. It says, Cry aloud, spare not. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet is crying out to our people, crying out with a loud voice. When in Revelations it said the Lord's voice was the voice of many waters. That means he was loud. He was a very boisterous person. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thine voice like a trumpet. And that word spare goes to don't hold back. Tell these people they're going off. Tell these people their sins. The house of Jacob. And notice it only said the house of Jacob. Because only Jacob can sin. They only can transgress because the law is only given to them. It says, Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thine voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. All right, that's another thing we're doing when we go out there and being made a spectacle, man. We're showing our people their sins. We're trying to bring in that elect back in. We're trying to graft that elect back into the fold, man. I'm going to go straight to Isaiah 13. All right, Isaiah 13. It says the burden of Babylon. Isaiah 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. It says, Lift ye up a banner. Shalaka. Let me look at something real quick. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Jeremiah 50 and 51. Jeremiah don't have a 51. Okay, I just wanted to see something real quick. All right. Shlakia. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. All right, and the high mountain is this stronghold, you know, this government power is the mountain. And it said, lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain. Upon what? Upon Babylon, upon America. You know what? Which is ancient word Babylon. Lift thee up a banner. What's the banner? These scriptures, these laws, statutes, and commandments. Confess this nation is wicked, man. Confess that everything that they're doing is homosexuality, man. There's this bestiality, this pedophiles. Confess among the nations that these people are going off and they're wicked, man. And tell them they're going to be destroyed by the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. Lift ye up that banner upon the high mountain, which is that government power. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand. Tell them they wrong. You're wrong. You're going off. You need to get right, for you be put to death. You know, to the house of Jacob, of course, but to the heathens and the Edomites. Hey, y'all gonna be judged. You know, y'all gonna be our slaves in the kingdom to come. And they might laugh and go on, but hey, that's all part of them being made a spectacle. And it says, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. All right. Let me get a precept to that real quick, because I said that banner was the point that I was making. Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain. Psalm 60 and 4. Because we've been made a spectacle, man. And when you be made a spectacle, you put it on front display. And one way we put on front display is by being a banner for the Lord. You know, being a banner for the Lord. All right, this is Psalms chapter 60, verse 4. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. All right, thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee. So if you fear the Lord, you're going to what? Obey His instruction. You're going to hearken. All right, that's what it means by you have been given a banner to those that fear the Lord. You have given the truth to those that fear the Lord to be displayed because of the truth. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna prophesy. You're gonna lift up that banner, that standard. If you fear the Lord, because if you fear the Lord, you want to get pulled out of that fire, like it says in the book of Jude. Some being saved by some being pulled out of the fire through fear. Excuse me. All right, now that's all I had, because when I was watching that video, that just wooed me when he said we've been made a spectacle, and I just thought about the little scriptures that I know, and I just hope that this video is edifying to the elect and the elect only, and I hope that someone got edified off this video, through the strength and the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Yahweh being the name of the Father, B'Shem is in the name of His Son, which is Yahweh Shai, not Jesus Christ. It's Yahweh Shai, So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.